Dosunmu. Defense is right there. Here's VanVleet. Rebound by Williams. Gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Here's Sexton, and he banks in the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Houston lead.
Well, he was cold in that first quarter. Now it's great to see him flip that switch and start getting hot here.
Houston making some changes. Olajuwon comes in for Luke Cornett. And Murray subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Now here's Murray. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Olajuwon and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. They get it back. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Leaving some skin on the floor. Those are pure hustle points.
The shot by Sexton, no good.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
To Alexander Walker. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. And now it's a 9-point Houston lead.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teams.
Houston making some changes. Marshall, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And Hawkins subbed in for Nickeil Alexander Walker. George dishes to Sexton. Over Hawkins. And George now top of the key. From the top of the key, he buries it. George has got 14 points.
And he is doing everything he can to keep his team in it, trying to lift his teammates up.
Williams, a screen on Sexton. The shot by Hawkins, no good.
So the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Sexton for 3. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Murray with it. Pass to Hawkins. Over Sexton. Hawkins shot good. And Houston leads by 6.
Well, that's a shot that some defenses can give up, but not to that guy.
Barnes outside. Gets the 3.
Take the flashy pass, but he will.
The shot by Hawkins, no good.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter.
Personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
Review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul.
The previous play is under review.
Easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review
Stance.
It really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Robinson's checked in for Houston. Looking now at some numbers for Dejounte Murray.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
He misses the free throw. And you think of the different styles of play. Tim, is there one that you prefer? Watching.
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play. And I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can. Now, here is Chamberlain. He's got 9. Shot clock at 3. Here's Sexton. Count that one. Sexton's got 11 points.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
Pass to Hawkins. Oh, good on the 3.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Here's Marshall. Outside for Murray.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Murray. Averaging about 18 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
Yeah, it's all about great energy, and he brings that part to the game. His teammates feed off of that.
Olajuwon against Chamberlain. From deep, George. The offensive rebound. And Chamberlain with the stuff. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 14 rebounds.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan, and stamina, very difficult to keep Wilt from scoring off those misses.
Now here's Murray. Here's Hawkins. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Marshall's got 3 assists in the game. Gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Outside, George. That's a 2 from Sexton. It's rebounded by Houston. Olajuwon's got 11 rebounds in the game. Over in the corner, Marshall. No good from outside. Well, 50% from the floor. And it's Conley penetrating. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
This is the right play by Conley. Sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Good on both.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
And for Houston, they're shooting 45% in quarter number 2. And Marshall kicks to Murray. Stolen by Conley. Outside for George. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And for Houston, they're shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Murray for 3. Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got 15 rebounds here tonight. Sexton the pass to Conley. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Sexton.
Is that just a miscommunication? It just can't happen. Let's hope they get on the same page.
1:22 left here in the second, and stolen by Chamberlain. And it's Sexton penetrating. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And just solid at driving to the rim. When Sexton is on the attack, it just creates problems for the defense.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And the aggressiveness Sexton plays with is infectious. He motivates his teammates to play just as hard. Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And it's Murray penetrating over Conley. Murray, good. Murray's got the game tied up here for Houston. Gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Pass to Middleton. Just his first attempt. It's rebounded by Houston. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That will be a getaway game for them. A 1-game road trip. Connects from three-point range. And now a 3-point Houston lead.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Middleton outside. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Murray looking around. Pass to Marshall. Olajuwon, right side. Fires for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Houston leads by just 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Love that they're taking high percentage shots, and it hasn't been easy for them. It's hard to score inside when the defense is collapsing on you.
Who needs three-pointers anyway?
Kenny did.
So thank you, Ernie.
And time for a look here at how the West is shaping up as we continue to work our way through this season.
Well, I think for Houston, there are some high expectations coming into the season, and they can create a lot of pressure on a team. But they said, we can handle it, and they're proving it.
Yeah, they've got the character and the talent to be a top team in the league.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Hakeem Olajuwon has been sensational.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Houston. It's a one-point game.
No! What a play! And Murray has the vision you want in a lead guard. He scans the floor and finds his team quality shots.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Now Conley. On the wing, George. Defended by Dosunmu. 6 on the shot clock. Barnes kicks to Sexton. Puts up a 3. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rebound. Houston leading by 3. Murray the pass to Alexander Walker. Down low. Here's Robinson. And a missed layup. Being pretty good tonight at 48%. Intercepted. Dosunmu, the pass to Olajuwon. Robinson, a screen on Conley. Murray kicks to Robinson. Pass to Alexander Walker. Olajuwon on the wing. Chamberlain with the block. 90 seconds now into the second half. George looking around. Here's Chamberlain. 5 on the clock. Out to Conley. Over Murray. It's hauled in by DeJounte Murray.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Olajuwon's shot is good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, you won't find many point guards with better physical tools, Tim, than DeJounte Murray.
Well, Kevin, he's 6'4" with a 6'10" wingspan. That makes him disruptive defensively, and he is more than capable on the other end.
Murray. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound. Gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Barnes outside. Pass to George. Sexton for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here is Murray. Here's Alexander Walker. Covered by Barnes. Alexander Walker passes to Robinson. Kicks it out to Olajuwon. Murray for 3. Sinks the triple. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, Murray showing you tremendous composure right there. The shot clock was low, but he stayed composed.
Chamberlain down low. He's defended by Olajuwon.
Oh, how about the up fake there, Kev? Worked like a charm and gave him a clear lane to the basket.
GA, that is one of the prettiest moves out there, if you can pull it off, and he did. Now a timeout called by Houston. You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part of your pregame regimen, Tim?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, I was really going to be judged based on catch-and-shoot percentages. Can I get off threes, and can I make threes? So for me, it was all about high-volume three-point shooting before the game, getting comfortable from every spot on the floor where I may get a shot.
And same routine every game?
Every game, same thing, and I made sure, of course, I finished on that make.
Wow.
They will take that shot every time down the floor if they could. It's just great execution.
Murray against Conley. Houston moving it around. Here's Olajuwon. And that one, good. Olajuwon's got 6 points in the quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
A shake. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pass to Murray. To the middle. Wants to get it to Alexander Walker and does.
Oh, unselfish play. What you like about Murray, he doesn't get tunnel vision with the ball. He keeps his eyes up and his options open.
Here's George. Robinson with the block. Dosunmu, the pass to Murray. There's Olajuwon, covered by Barnes, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounders. Now you look at Olajuwon. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
And he knocks down the first one. And Tavius Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Sexton. And Olajuwon drops them both. Gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Chamberlain. Shoots over Olajuwon. Chamberlain. No good.
Trying to do a little too much with that fadeaway. There wasn't anyone near him.
Olajuwon with a screen for Murray. Olajuwon passes to Alexander Walker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Official. On the call with the foul.
Third personal foul.
Greg, we've had a couple of NBA Cups in the book already. What have you thought of it so far?
A little added excitement and interest early in the regular season, and I'm all for it. Between that and the play-in, I think the NBA's done a great job to kind of make every part of the calendar relevant.
It's tipped and stolen by Murray. Over Conley. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Murray's got the lead up to 14 now for Houston. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Houston.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T. Connected cam. Houston making a switch here. VanVleet's checked in. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Olajuwon. Chamberlain with the block. They can use a bucket. They're whistled for a blocking foul, and they'll head to the line. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Domantas Sabonis.
And you know for that matchup with New York, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top. A solid passer and rebounder, but it's really scoring where Middleton shows up big. He can be just relentless on that end of the floor.
VanVleet passes to Alexander Walker. To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. Back to Alexander Walker. There's the triple. Chamberlain with the rebound. Gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Inside. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
And one of the most prolific scorers you'll find. Wilt keeps finding ways to raise the bar, as evidenced by his output here tonight.
Conley against VanVleet. Kicks it out to Olajuwon. 5 to shoot. VanVleet can't get it to go. Pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Sinks that one from the post. Olajuwon's got 12 points in just the second half.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Caldwell Pope for 3. A shot's good on the assist by Prince.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Van Vliet passes to Robinson. Olajuwon, left side. Banked in off the glass. Olajuwon's got 33 points.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Chamberlain with a screen on Van Vliet. Conley kicks to Caldwell Pope. Offensive rebound. Chamberlain. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, when you grab the offensive rebound, you're already right there at the rim. It makes the putback that much easier.
Marshall, he's checked in for Houston. Hawkins comes in for Alexander Walker. Houston leading by 8. Throws it down as the official. Calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Chris Middleton.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Pass to Shed. Stolen by Van Vliet. To the left side wing. To the inside. Robinson kicks to Marshall. Van Vliet outside. Chamberlain with the rebound. Gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Middleton can't get it to go. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Doing well. They're at 45%. Middleton outside. Launches it. It's good from long range. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter.
That is a smooth-looking shot. Middleton's been doing it for a long time.
Hawkins passes to Olajuwon. Van Vliet looking around. Robinson on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Olajuwon kicks to Marshall. That's in. Coming off the assist from Olajuwon. Marshall's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Middleton. Caldwell Pope outside. Down low. Here's Chamberlain. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Chamberlain got 20.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Olajuwon. Count it. Good. 35 points for Hakeem Olajuwon.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
To the paint. It's tipped. It's stolen by Olajuwon. 51 seconds left in the third. It's Prince on the wing. Marshall defending. Middleton inside the three-point line. Offline from the top of the key.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Here's Shed. No good off the front iron. Got a piece of it. Here's Middleton, and he could not get them one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And that one falls for Middleton. Middleton hits them both. And so it's Houston going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we have a moment to review. Our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court dish.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Robinson is out there with Luke Cornett. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then it's Najee Marshall. And it's Hawkins in at the 2. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Robinson passes to VanVleet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by VanVleet.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So it's the visitors now, trailing by 10. Pass to Middleton. Driving to the basket. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And the urgency on Middleton's drive is terrific. The defense seems powerless to stop it.
Here is Hawkins. Fires the 3. Kicks it out to VanVleet. Second shot opportunity. That one, no good.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
Pass to Shed. Now here's Middleton, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
A play like that can absolutely take the wind out of your sails. Just a tough break.
Houston making some changes. Alexander Walker comes in for Hawkins. And Murray subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Hey guys, over that break I was able to catch the message that the visiting team coach was giving to his team. He was harping on the number of offensive rebounds that they've given up. He told them they have to recommit to the defensive glass. He said, quote, "We're not walking away with the W if we don't box out." A simple message, guys, but an important one.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. A nice shot by George.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Murray outside. Robinson sets a screen for Murray. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. George with the ball. Guarded now by Marshall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's really good work that time by Paul George. He worked for the high percentage look.
No good on that one. Olajuwon's checked in for Luke Cornett. And he's good on the second.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Murray against Conley. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Michael Conley picks one up.
Murray's energy really makes him so tough to contain, and he knows how to put a defender in a bad spot.
And he makes the first. And we've seen it more than once. DeJounte Murray has been traded for huge hauls.
And that shows you his worth in this league. Teams have been willing to give up a lot to get him. You don't see that kind of length and versatility every day.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
Here's Olajuwon. No good. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. Caldwell Pope kicks to George. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Chamberlain. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Chamberlain got 22 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Spins. Murray the pass to Olajuwon. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. He blocks it again. You've got to have a better effort against him.
Sending back everything.
He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Williams. And it's tied up with that one. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. It's off, still out of sync. Gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Now here is Conley. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Chamberlain. Shot clock at 5. Over Olajuwon. The shot's good by Chamberlain. Chamberlain got 13 points here in the second half alone.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Back to Williams. Chamberlain with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball.
Coming on the floor for the away team, Chris Middleton, Colin Sexton.
Outside for Murray. Back to Alexander Walker. Let's go. Here's Olajuwon. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Chamberlain.
Well, it's not only been a rough quarter for him, but he's actually had a negative impact on his team's overall performance.
Pass to Sexton. And the 3 off target.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, Hakeem Olajuwon.
And that one falls for Olajuwon. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Houston. He's off on the second.
Yeah, since the break, he has been in attack mode, and he is living at the line.
The shot by Hawkins, no good. Gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Outside, George. Barnes sets a screen for George. Going inside. Barnes can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Deep two from Murray. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
And he is coming alive here in the second half. That's a nice shot there, and now he is rolling.
And here is Conley. Outside, George. Olajuwon against Chamberlain. Over Olajuwon. Bank shot, no good.
Trying to do a little too much with that fadeaway. There wasn't anyone near him.
Olajuwon with a screen on George. Van Vliet outside. Olajuwon. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Wilt Chamberlain picks one up.
At the line for Houston.
And the first one drops.
2 shots.
Then Olajuwon drops them both. Gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Conley, the pass to Barnes. Back to Conley. Back to Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. Offline with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Van Vliet with it. Conley picks him up. Murray against Caldwell Pope. Grabs the rebound again. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass. I tell you, he picked a tough time to start struggling. Only 1 of 6 from the field here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Chamberlain. None of the miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Conley against Hawkins. Van Vliet passes to Olajuwon. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. Here's Caldwell Pope. Conley dishes to Barnes. Chamberlain against Olajuwon. Here's Chamberlain. That's a 2 from Barnes. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Inside. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Contavious Caldwell Pope. Here's Chamberlain. Olajuwon with the block.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Olajuwon does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
Here's Murray. Olajuwon, right side. It's off. Gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Chamberlain with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. Oh, the dunk.
How about the body control and just the sheer athletic prowess of Chamberlain on that one.
George against Van Vliet. Hawkins with it. Lets it go from 14.
A team foul. Fifth personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for Houston, Hakeem Olajuwon.
And that one falls for Olajuwon. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%.
That's just being a pro. Conley understanding the moment and rising to the occasion.
What a finesse finish on the wing.
And how about the killer pull of Olajuwon? Loves to put the team on his back when the game gets tight.
Stood on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Chamberlain against Olajuwon. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, you want those shots anytime you can get them. High percentage at the rim.
Murray a screen on George. Olajuwon against Chamberlain. Here's Murray, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
As this game tightens up, it's even more important to take care of the basketball.
Done a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Chamberlain down low. He's against Olajuwon.
The nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
One shot.
Chamberlain no good on the free throw. Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Outside, them.It. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Conley. Barnes outside to take the lead. That one misses. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. From 14. Can't get it.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
He just wants the ball more than anybody else on the floor, and it's ending up in his hands as a result.
It falls!
Using the fall away to create additional separation. That is a thing of beauty.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy.
Chamberlain, throughout all the adversity, comes through with the game winner with his patented fadeaway. Oh, man, what a finish. Wow.
Paul, what a great team effort defensively. What were the points of emphasis?
You know, we do a great job of helping one another and being in gaps. And, you know, if we're going to get beat, it's going to have to be, you know, beaten by contested shots and the ball being swung. You know, so that's what we have to do. We have to sit down, guard guys, and, you know, make them play on the offensive end as a team.
Defense certainly has to be a full team effort, and it paid off tonight. Thanks, Paul.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. And that'll do it, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Now it's time to present our player of the game.
Wilt Chamberlain saving the day with the fadeaway with Olajuwon in his face. Barn burner for sure, guys. Sorry I was in the slider so much. There was the inconsistencies with the contact and the rebounding and the fouls, but we had a good game here. All things considered, man. What a finish. Olajuwon and Chamberlain at their absolute best, going back and forth with each other. Neither one could stop the other one, but it came down to the last shot, and the Dipper had the answer with the fadeaway from the left block. And Olajuwon had a hand in his face, but Dipper found a way to put it in there. 44% for Team Dream, 48% for Team Chamberlain on the road. Neither team shot specifically great from downtown. Fast break points were hard to come by. The defenses were really good in this one. Both teams had amazing steals and block totals here. 8 blocks for Team Chamberlain, 11 steals for Team Dream. 15 offensive rebounds for Team Dream, man. Because their front line is the best in the NBA. I told they have the best team in the league. Maybe outside, maybe the bad boys, maybe. But I would think that they got better hardcore rebounders that could go up against Chamberlain, as we just saw. Even though Chamberlain was able to still get 30 rebounds in a game like this, which is insane. Going against that front line of Team Dreams. Let's take a look here at the box score. Olajuwon with a crazy 45 points, 23 rebounds. He had 4 steals, block, 38 shots taken. Chamberlain comes back with 32 points, 32 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 blocks on 24 shots. But, man, it was the Chamberlain and Olajuwon show. That's all it was, man. These two superhuman. Look at that. Olajuwon had 7 offensive rebounds. But Chamberlain goes to those shot blocks, he doesn't get them. That frees up the other guys to go get those offensive rebounds, as you can see here with Chamberlain, Mark Williams, and Mitchell Robinson. That front line rebounding, that's a monstrous. Because you got to understand, Olajuwon 6'10", Williams is 7 foot, and Robinson's 7 foot. And then you got to factor in too with Cornette coming in. He's 7'1". Oh, Lennox hurt, but he's 6'11". When he comes back, he'll be there available. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights here from this great game. We'll start with Olajuwon first. We'll go to Wilt. Man, so Chamberlain returning the favor against Olajuwon. I hope these two, man. This could be a fouls matchup right here, guys. It very well could be. Oh, come on. There's more highlights than that. Come on now. Guy scores 45 points and 23. That's all the thing you show. Impossible. Yeah, but again, I'm sorry I was in the sliders a lot in this one because there was the defensive contact on the other side for Team Chamberlain. They weren't respecting their defense. So I had to keep adjusting the game. But we still had a good result here towards the end. I just want the games to play out based on the players' abilities, not some, pre-scripted, video game nonsense. But Chamberlain here, able to get those outlet passes. And again, these teams are built around, if you see both these teams get it done differently ways. Look at that shot, man. That's beautiful. Look at that shot. These teams are built around their each players because I've said before, Chamberlain, if you want to build a team around Chamberlain, you just get a bunch of 3-and-D guys. Tell them to get out there and run, play defense, get to that 3-point line, and surround him. He'll take care of the rebounding and everything else. You guys just run, set good screens for each other, and cut, and he'll find you out of the post. For Olajuwon, you need that offsetting rebounder guy / shot blocker, a.k.a. Otis Thorpe, or a Ralph Sampson that he played with, because Olajuwon's a great, he's a gambler. You need somebody in there to help him out on the backside, on the defensive glass when he gambles on blocks. And we saw that tonight. This is why they had so many offensive rebounds for Team Dream. But with that being said, though, great game. Let's go ahead and show that last shot by Chamberlain to win the game. So we got a shot. It's funny because on the other side, Dream went to the Dream Shake. Let's take a look here at this last possession here by the Team Dream. Hakeem goes one-on-one with Chamberlain at the high post area, essentially. Not quite the high post area, but it's post extended. good defense by Chamberlain, making him because if you make him catch, this is the first wave of defense for a big man. Make the big man catch the ball outside the paint. Chamberlain does that. Now it's just a matter, can you stay with this man? Because he's got so many moves. And Chamberlain played it beautifully. Got the rebound. Then, oh, God, then they advance it. There was an opportunity to get, here's an opportunity. There was an opportunity here for Sexton to get a quick layup. But, you got 10 seconds left. Let's get a good shot, And Chamberlain streaking up the court, going right to his sweet spot. We'll take the camera here for you people. These controls are really wonky. Wish they would fix this and make it more broadcast friendly. There we go. Chamberlain comes up, goes to his sweet spot. Call the post up. Remember, how much time is left on the clock here? I think Chamberlain's got 4.5 seconds to make a decision here. Do I go baseline? Do we go there? He goes to his sweet shot. He takes a dribble inside, gives him the bump a little bit. Reverse pivot. Give Hakeem credit. Hakeem is right there. Hakeem is right there. But the shooter's touch. Ball game. Man. 0.8 of a second left. Perfect. That's the story out here, guys. Team Chamberlain gets the win that they need, and they move on as they now reclaim the number 1 spot in the Eastern Conference. It's going to be pretty much, I think it's going to pretty much be it's going to be a hot potato with that going the rest of the way. As you can see in the Eastern Conference, the positioning on that from down to the number 3 spot's only a game and a half, so it's going to be hot potato, I think, the rest of the season between them and Team Larry Bird. Possibly Team Kareem can get back into it, but they've taken so many losses, it's going to be hard for them to get back into it. So they've taken so many losses against mutual opponents that the tiebreakers that they're going to be facing, even if they get a good record, they're probably going to be on the road to playoffs, most likely. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look here at the Team Dream and their situation. As they just took that loss after taking those 3 games straight against Team Dr. J and the Spurs. They were just on a 4-game winning streak. Now, that loss didn't hurt them as much because, I guess, as we see here, the number 3 spot is still highly contested. Like I said, from the Dream all the way down to the Jays, the Mambas, the Clippers. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. The Warriors are somewhat in there. Thunder a long ways behind. And they got a whole game and a half just to catch the Warriors. So, yeah, they're pretty much out of it. But you're pretty much looking at the Dream, the Jays, the Mambas, pretty much playing hot potato with that number 3 spot for probably the next 2 months in the season. Probably well into after All-Star, but it's going to be playing hot potato unless somebody gets on a streak and just blows away the other guys. And the Clippers could get back into that too, but it's pretty much hot potato with number 3 spot. Meanwhile, the Diesel and the Showtime are playing hot potato with number 1 spot because they're vastly ahead of everybody else with 4 games. It's a 4-game differential between them and number 3 spot. So the chances of you catching them is going to be very, very hard unless they just completely tank. So that's the story there. Yeah. And let's go ahead and take a look at I think it's Team Larry Bird's up next, I believe so. Is it? Yes, sir. Team Bird taking on Nikola Jokic. And this will be a good one. Let's take a look here at Team Bird's situation, how they've been. Again, I've been saying it, Team Bird, the hottest team in the NBA for the last month and a half. They haven't lost a game in over a month. Remember, they started the season off horrible. I've been tell is always time. I talked about it till I'm almost blue in the face. But man, remember they started the season off horrible. Lost their first 2 games. Their first game against the Legend team was the Bad Boys here on October the 24th. Just got obliterated. They just, man, that score does not indicate how bad that game really was. They just got shut down. Then they came back after the first win of the season, a dramatic on-the-road victory against the Oklahoma City Thunder, where they came back from 17 points down in the fourth quarter. Yeah, it actually. If you missed that game, go check it out. It was an absolute barn burner. Led by Larry Bird, of course, and then Ben Simmons of all people. Bird and Simmons were working in tandem to get that game won. Then they went on a little bit of a streak here, blew some teams out, had some great victories. Then ran to Shaquille O'Neal and he just destroyed them. Then got a little thing going on here. Then they lost to Atlanta, and then from that point on, guys, it has just been. They have just destroyed this man. They even beat Team Jordan twice in 1 week. Look at that, Michael again. They beat him. And this was a game winner by Bird right here. Bird hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer. 1 point in the fourth quarter. Despite the comeback by Team Jordan. Team Jordan scored 30 points to Team Bird's 18, but Bird hit the game-winning shot to preserve the victory. And then that's their situation there against the Clippers in Houston, and then here we are against the Denver Nuggets, and then they'll be going on the road against the Clippers, and then very next week, it's their first meeting with Chamberlain, and what will be a huge game, because if Team Larry Bird can beat them and keep that streak intact, you might see Team Larry Bird become the number 1 seed in the East. You just might see it but they got some tough games coming. This is going to be a tough game right here. This could be tough too. This will be tough. That could be tough. That will be tough. Celtics, the Pacers could be tough. Then they got Showtime here. Then they got Philadelphia. They got Showtime again. So, real tough schedule coming up for Team Larry Bird here. But again, hottest team in the NBA right now with 15 games in a row. Will it continue? We'll find out later on against the Denver Nuggets. So, with that being said, that brings this little recap of how the season's going to an end. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a like if you like what you're seeing here. And yeah, Wilt Chamberlain with the game winner, man. Barn burner. This game will definitely, unfortunately, the part 1 of the game, my internet had a lag, so I had to stop the feed and restart it. You can find the first part of the game in the NBA Legends playlist. It'll have a part, it'll say PRT1 on it. The second one will obviously have PRT2 that were for this one. And they will both have fire emojis on them because it was, man, fire emojis. Remember, fire emojis means the game was a barn burner, and this absolutely was. So with that, guys, I will see you guys next time for Team Larry Bird taking on the Denver Nuggets. Bird and Jokic should be a good one. I look forward to seeing you then. Peace out, guys. Thanks.